Joining us today on MSUEagles.com is Drew Kelly. Drew is a redshirt junior and post player for the Morehead State men's basketball team. And Drew, we appreciate your time. Let's kind of rewind a little bit to last season. First question for you, I guess, is you knew you would have an important role on last year's team. The leading scorer, Terrence Hill, goes down on December 31st to a season-ending injury, and then you really had to step up. And just talk about your leadership role on and off the floor and the production that you brought to the table the second half of last season.
Well, yeah, I mean, that was terrible for Terrence to go down like that. I love Terrence a lot. He was a great player. He did a lot of good things for us. But that night, once we knew what the deal was with Terrence and his knee, Coach Tino called me, and I was like, hey, man, I need you. You've done a pretty good job so far of helping us and doing what we need you to do. He was like, but now I need you to step it up and just be that guy to give us points, rebounds, and leadership. And I just took that as a challenge and took it and ran with it. Did an all right job. I think I probably could have done better, but ended up finishing third in the conference. So it was an okay year last year, but having Terrence out, yeah, hurt us a little bit. But
talk about the 6 returning players. You're one of 6 this year in the program. You've got guys like Milton Chavis and Khalil Owens and Devon Atkinson and other guys who were with you last year. Just talk about what those guys bring to the table and the need that you're going to have for production out of those guys this year.
Well, they've all done a tremendous job this off-season, last spring and this past summer, of really just getting in the gym and working on their game. They've all improved greatly, and so they're going to be a big contribution to this team. And one of the biggest things they can help with we have a lot of JUCO transfers, 2 freshmen. And, really we're all freshmen now because we have a new coach. But one of the big things that me and the other guys coming back can do is just help the other guys because we have that experience. We've been there when we've played in a D1 game before. Now, a couple of them have coming from Mississippi Valley with coach, and they'll be able to help too. But leadership is just one of the biggest things that we can all help with everybody else.
Talk about the 13 newcomers. We don't have time to highlight every single one of them, and I know they all have impressed you at times in practice, but maybe a couple of the guys who have jumped off the page and really done well to this point.
Okay. Well, I mean, the biggest one for me is Jason Hommes. He's a great guy, good talent. He came with Coach Woods from Mississippi Valley. He hadn't really played in a year until this past Saturday because he was out because he messed up his knee real bad. But I've learned a lot from him, and he's helped me out with Coach Woods' offense and telling me where I need to go, and same with everybody. But yeah, he's a big guy inside. He's got a lot of athleticism, a good touch around the rim, and he'll be a tough matchup for anybody in WC. But another person I've been impressed with, on a consistent day-to-day basis is Jared Stokes. He's a lights-out shooter. He's a JUCO transfer. Just like the rest of us, took some time to get used to the offense and everything, but he's done a good job so far.
When you're talking with some of the newcomers, and we're visiting with Drew Kelly today on MSUEagles.com, for the guys who have not played in a Division I game, what are some of the biggest adjustments for them that you see on the floor and when you have conversations off the court?
Just not get caught in the lights. Everybody kind of, as soon as they step on that court, their eyes kind of get big. And I did it too when I first played. Really just be yourself and play. That's the biggest thing that I can tell, especially the young freshmen. They get out there sometimes and they're kind of looking around and smiling. But, the biggest thing is just stay within yourself and play basketball and just have fun with it.
That's a perfect segue into the next question I had for you, Drew. You're the only guy on the roster to enjoy an Ohio Valley Conference tournament championship. I guess you're one of 3 to play in the NCAA tournament if you count the 2 guys that came with Coach Woods from Mississippi Valley State. But it's going to be a big-time atmosphere this weekend at the Barclays Center, a new NBA arena in Brooklyn, and then an ACC foe on the docket Monday night in Maryland. Yep. Just talk about your leadership and talking to the guys about staying calm and under control and what they might be facing this weekend in front of 20,000 people in both games.
Well, I remember playing out in Denver. It was like that, just packed house, 30,000 people, 20,000 people. And Kenneth and DeMonte were my guys. They were patting me on the butt. Hey, stay 94 by 50. Stay within the court. Don't worry about the other stuff. And that's what I'm going to do for these guys. Lead by example. Show them that you're catching pressure from people on the court. Just make the right play, make the smart play, and you'll be fine.
Drew, it's been well documented that Coach Sean Woods, his system is a little bit different than Coach Donnie Tyndall. I know you had a lot of respect for Coach Tyndall. I know you're excited about playing for Coach Woods and this staff. Just kind of break down from an X's and O's standpoint what has changed and what the philosophy is moving forward.
Okay. Well, Coach Woods is, his offense is very high octane. organized chaos. We've all heard those terms from him before. You know, he just wants the ball pushed as fast as possible. He wants you to play as fast as you can, but think slow. That's one of the phrases he uses. And you know, Coach Tyndall, it wasn't the case with that. You know, we push it, nothing, pull it back, get into a set offense. With Coach Woods, if you don't have anything, you're going right into dribble drive, or you're going right into just a secondary break that we have. You know, just Coach Woods' offense is very fast, very high octane. Coach Tyndall more slow up, controlled game.
Okay. And Drew, in terms of that style, can we expect to see a lot more games high scoring this year? You think like a lot of games in the 70s and 80s? Because last year it really seemed like with Coach Tyndall, you guys tried to lock people down, and it became a defensive battle and kind of a will from that standpoint.
I mean, yeah, I'd really like to think so. Now, I mean, I can't promise we'll get 80 points a night, but I mean, that's what our goal is. Our goal is to put up big buckets and to keep other teams from putting up big buckets. You know, just because we're playing a really fast pace doesn't mean we're not a defensive-oriented team. You know, we are. You know, defense wins championships. You guys have all heard that phrase before, so that's what we plan to do here.
Finally, Drew, just talk a little bit about your individual goals and possibly team goals that have been discussed for this upcoming season.
Individually, you know, really just do whatever I can to help my team. You know, I'm not necessarily looking to go score 20 a night or anything. You know, I don't think it needs to be like that. Now, if a team needs a player to drop 20 one night, okay, not a problem. But individually, you know, just do anything I can to help my team get the W and get the OVC championship. Now, as a team, for our goal, of course, is to get the OVC championship and then, you know, get to the NCAA tournament. And to do that, I think we all got to stay together and stick together, and I think we'll be fine.
And before I let you go, let's just talk a little bit about the Ohio Valley Conference. I think it's been well documented over the last couple of years that the conference has gotten stronger as a whole. Morehead State got a lot of attention last year. Belmont is a new member to the league, and they come in with a lot of respect and have done some good things in their previous conference. Just your thoughts on the conference as a whole and the war that is OVC basketball.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough conference. I mean, the OVC has sent a team to the tournament and to the next round of a tournament for the past 3 or 4 years. You know, it's been us and Morehead and Murray State every year. But still, I mean, that says something about the conference itself. Yeah, Belmont coming in, you know, Belmont's a very good team. They've been to the tournament quite a few past couple of years. You know, it just makes it more fun, makes it more challenging, and we love challenges. You know, we're looking forward to it.
The Eagles open the regular season this Friday against LIU Brooklyn at the Barclays Center up in New York. And then the second regular season contest and the end of that trip will be a visit to Maryland in College Park on Monday night. So, Drew, we appreciate your time. We wish you and the team all the best this season.
Thank you.